Greetings, everyone. This is W.C. Ballard, your step-by-step CEO, and we're here today to talk about business plans and grant proposals. Yes, I've had several students ask me to do this video for them because in the past, I've had them call me, several of them call me up and say, I want to write this grant about such and such. And I would say, wait a minute, are you writing a business plan or are you writing a grant proposal? And they were confused and they says, well, I don't understand the difference. And I had to explain to them the 5 major differences. They do have a lot of similarities too, but these 5 major differences need to be explained before you even put pen to paper. So for those of you who need to know this, and you're the beginners, I want you to listen carefully. We're going to talk about it today. So let's talk about the business plan. It has 3 major characteristics. This is a broad and comprehensive roadmap for your business. 2, it outlines your goals, target market, operational strategies, financial projections, and more. And 3, it has internal stakeholders who are your employees, managers, or board of directors, and or your external investors and lenders who might fund your business. So what is the grant proposal? What are the 3 major characteristics of that? Well, 1, it's a formal request for funding that focuses on the specific project or program that you're seeking funds for. 2, it highlights the purpose of the project, its impact, budget requirements, and how it aligns with the funder's mission. And 3, unlike the business plan, it focuses on the charitable and community benefits of the project. Before I dive into the 5 major differences, I'd like to explain my teaching style. For those of you who are listening to me for the first time, you'll notice that I write out most of what I explain to my students purposely. Number 1, for those who like the visuals and who like to read along with what I'm teaching, and they can always refer back and take notes better. And then for those who'd like to hear what I'm saying, but they don't necessarily have to be glued to the screen. They can be doing some other chores while they're listening. So I have both of you covered. Now, what's the first major difference? Their operational focus. They both serve as strategic documents, but they differ in their purpose and their audience. The business plan deals with profitability and growth. It revolves around how the business will operate, generate revenue, and achieve long-term success, and the focus is on financial viability, while the grant proposal deals with social or community impact. It centers on addressing a specific problem and delivering measurable benefits to a community or target group, often in line with the funder's mission. Number 2, their financial focus. The business plan is for for-profits. Their investor appeal aimed at convincing potential investors, lenders, or stakeholders that the business is worth their investment. So they're usually predominantly applying for business loans, although there are grants also out there for them. The grant proposal is usually for nonprofits, and it's tailored to show how the proposed project supports the values or objectives of the organization that is funding the grant. And it's not about the financial gain, but about achieving specific outcomes and impacts. So they're predominantly going for grants, although nonprofits can have loans. Number 3 is the executive summary. The business plan's summary is a concise overview of the entire plan, including the business idea and model, objectives, and the mission, while the grant proposal's executive summary is a snapshot or overview of your project narrative and how it aligns with the funder's mission. Number 4, the target audience. This is an important one. The business plan has products or services that details about what the company offers and how it meets the target customer's needs, while the grant proposal is an explanation of the problem that you're addressing and the target group or population who has the need for your program. So business plan deals with customers and grant proposals deals with need groups. And number 5 are the evaluation methods. How do they evaluate their programs? The business plan has revenue forecasts, expense estimates, and profitability projections. They're projecting how much money they're going to make and how they're going to utilize the money and how they're going to gain more money to serve their stakeholders. The grant proposal doesn't deal with that at all. They're using the funding to measure the success and impact of the project, and they have to have a sustainability plan. So they're evaluating how well they're doing in the community and how they're addressing the target group that their project has been implemented for. So I actually put a step number 6 because I want to share with you the similarities. And then after we do the similarities, we're going to summarize everything that we went over, and I'm going to give you some final thoughts and some final tips like I always do. So what are the similarities? They have basic components that are exactly the same, but the focus is different based on what I just reviewed with you on 1 through 5. They both have budgets. They both have goals and objectives. They both have strategies and activities, how they're going to accomplish their goals and objectives. And they always have attachments or supporting documents that the businesses that are going to be funded want to see, and also that the funders may want to see from the nonprofits. But they're different type of supporting documents. And a skilled grant writer who's really been trained can write them both, but they need to understand the differences so they aren't confusing profitability and market and who the target customers are and writing that into a grant proposal or vice versa. That's the importance of knowing the difference. So in my classes, I teach both how to write a business plan or a grant. They both require research. They both have persuasive writing, goals, everything that I went over with you in the similarities, as well as the 5 major differences. And I provide examples. We go through worksheets for your specific idea or project. We do checklists, do's and don'ts, and smart tips. And it's important that there are no quick fixes to become a real good grant writer. And it may be work, but it's well worth it because the grant writing industry is just booming. And as you can see, one of my students is there. She came to the class. She didn't have a clue what a grant was. She came to my class like a blank piece of paper. And by the end of the class, this is her making her presentation with the idea that she had. She didn't have a project that had been implemented yet, but she just had an idea. But she was able to present to us a full narrative with goals, objectives, etc. about what her plan was. Now she can present that to someone and could get some funding. That's what I teach, and it's well worth it, guys. So my final thoughts, as you can see, I've done a number 7, which is a summary. I put together a chart for you where you can go right over and summarize what we've done. And I hope you can use this and it has value for you. If you're interested, you felt you've learned, because I take my time. As you can see, I am thorough. I don't skim over information and rush you through the topic and the subject matters. I've provided the link for my classes if you're interested in more. Listen, guys, you can do it. You can become a grant writer or a business plan writer. All you have to do is make up your mind, get it done, jump right in. There are thousands of jobs out there for grant writers. They pay good money. There are nonprofits who are clamoring for someone to help them write a grant proposal. So you can take advantage of it now. This is the time, guys. I'm going to just end right here. I'm hoping that you can look at some of my other videos and learn and make a decision. But this is W.C. Ballard. Check it out.